Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cropper here. I received a question about the libertarians and objectivists. The gentleman says, aren't libertarians basically in agreement with objectivists politically and economically? And I addressed this on Michael Badnarik's radio show the second week, I think, that I appeared on there. And I hadn't really thought of it since then, but I haven't addressed it in a video. It's a good subject. What exactly is it that objectivists find so repulsive about libertarianism? And the problem comes down to not political and economic questions, but to epistemological questions, epistemic questions, questions of ontology, of the mind, and of metaphysical questions. Metaphysics and epistemology, as you know, are the two more basic branches, after which come ethics and then politics. Now, the injunctions in ethics that objectivism offers are ignored and disregarded. The injunctions that objectivist offers in epistemology and metaphysics are ignored and disregarded by libertarians. But they sure like the ones way further up the ladder that are more concrete and easier to understand. They love all the stuff in economics and politics. That's great. But what about the ethical injunctions? What about the injunctions in epistemology and metaphysics? These are important too. Here's the reason. They say, we love liberty, we love freedom. Everybody should be free. No one should ever be against freedom. Everyone should have their own life. Fine, fine. Now, come get under our political tent. And they'll invite you under if you'll say, yes, I'm in favor of freedom. Now, if you go under there and you start asking, well, what do you mean by freedom? They'll say everyone has their own opinion. They're strongly tinged by this multiculturalist, constantly respecting other people, and diversity. They love diversity of views. We'll take anybody who is into liberty, you know, like it's just an irreducible primary. If you just say that I like freedom or I like liberty, then we can all get along. It's really hippie-ish, if you put it that way, isn't it? The problem is, Karl Marx was selling liberty. He said, workers of the world, unite. The only thing you have to lose is your chains. Freedom from your chains. Come on, everybody's selling freedom. Come on. You got to do a little bit more if you're going to show up for this battle. Then you say, I think people should be free. It's a stupid comment. Well, the objectivists start by saying, we think people should be rational. Well, why? Because it's the only way that we have of surviving. Okay, that's a pretty good argument. And we go from there. And they just start with liberty, as if there were no other branches of philosophy more fundamental, as if liberty even had a meaning, unless there were meanings to other. What does liberty mean? It means that you get to do what you want with your life. It means that you're an independent agent with an independent mind who can judge for himself. So it means that you're going to have to use your mind in a reality that has consequences. I mean, we're talking metaphysics and epistemology here. We're talking the use of the mind and what the use of the mind interacting with reality is. Metaphysics and epistemology is completely absent from the libertarians' ideas. They just throw them out. They don't care. They're not interested. And that's exactly what's the future's going to hold for them, is people are just going to disregard them eventually. They're going to be overtaken by something else, replaced. Maybe they'll evolve or morph into something else. But the last thing I'll say about this, Yaron Brook made a good point. They said, why don't you get along better with libertarians? You'd think that you would want to sort of ally with them. You believe so much of the same stuff. And he said, the problem with the libertarians is we're selling the same stuff, but I have a high-quality version, and the libertarians have a junk version. And I don't want an alliance with those people. I want to drive them out of business. I want people to buy my product, not theirs. I think that's a pretty good analogy. Libertarianism, it's like, I thought you were both selling automobiles. Well, yeah, but one of us is selling the East German Trabant, and the other one is selling a Cadillac, and you choose.